Hey guys, it's Krystal Lee Moore Lucia here, also known as your home sweet home 519 Realtor, Krystal Lee Moore. This is Realtor Life, and I'm so happy you're here. So, we're going to have a short episode today, but basically what we're talking about is just do it, working hard, and collaboration. So, let's get right into it. So, when we talk about just do it, what do we mean? Like, people are always like, just do it. I have two stories. So story number one is I worked really, really hard to put my name forward to be a director for the Canadian Real Estate Association. So I was so excited. I put my name in, I got accepted, and then I started campaigning, which was a new thing for me. So campaigning in this area was really like putting myself out there, speaking to board members and associations all over the province. And it was a lot of fun. So I got to know a lot of people. It was great. And then on the other side, I was working on my speech. So working really hard with Chris McCauley. So Chris McCauley is a speech coach who's part of the LEA that I'm in, but he's also part of the London community. So Chris and I worked on my speech. I did my very best. Everyone said my speech was amazing. I still didn't get it. I got 30% of the vote, which was actually like not the percentage I wanted, but still really good if you look at the fact that it was my first time trying this and I was going up against an incumbent. So at the end of the day, am I sad that I tried? Absolutely not. Will I try again? Absolutely. But the thing is, if you look at some of the people I spoke to along my journey, they were telling me like that they had tried and they didn't get in, and that was the end of the story. And I think and that's okay. I don't judge it, but I think the thing is, if things worked the first time we did them, or if we expected them to, we might not have the light bulb today, right? It really comes down to like you need that perseverance. You need to keep going, and to know that as scary as it was the first time, I feel like it might be scarier the second time, but also more familiar, right? So it really comes down to just digging in and going, I can do this. Because getting up and speaking in front of all of the Ontario representatives, it was scary. It was very scary and very vulnerable. But I'm really happy I did it. I met amazing people. And I also got to see kind of inside the process. So you always learn. Even if you don't get the result that you wanted, you always learn. Now, that's a good example of going for it. I'm going to tell you a less good example of going for it because I have a caveat to just do it. So I think just do it, but do your research should be part of the slogan. It might be in really, really tiny print under the swoosh. But we were just recently on a wellness trip in Jamaica. So we went to Rick's Cafe, and if you don't know what Rick's Cafe is, it's like this beautiful sunset spot where you all go and you can eat, there's music, it's great. They also have some cliffs for jumping into the water, into the ocean, and it's fantastic. It's really cool. Now, years ago, many, many moons ago, I jumped off of a cliff in Mexico, and it was scary, but I did it. So the guys I was with, we had 7 people. There was 2 other women and 4 guys. So they were like, yeah, we're going to go jump off the cliff. I'm like, that's amazing. I'm going to do it too. So we go, they all jump. Okay. And it looks far, like I'll tell you after how far it was because I didn't know at the time, but it looks really high up and they're just going. And I just couldn't do it. I kept trying and I'm like, oh no. And the lifeguard and I, by this point, were like best buds, or I was best buds with him. He was like, oh, this Canadian. But he wouldn't, then finally he's like, I'm not letting you go. I'm like, what? He says, I'm not letting you go. Like, you're too afraid. You're going to get hurt. Go down and jump on the little one first, then come up after you've done it and I'll let you go. So I go down, mini walk of shame. I go down, I jump off this one, which is probably like, I don't know, 6 feet, 10 feet up, like not high. Jump in the water, get out, isn't that great? Then I'm all adrenaline. I run up, I'm like, okay, I'm ready. And he says, you have to step off. And I said, what? Stepping off for me, like in cartoons, when someone's like about to like walk off a building and die, like you step off. I was jumping off because I wanted to make it. I wanted to survive. So I should have probably listened to him, but I did not step off. I jumped off and everything was going great, except I was like this and like this and like this. And then boom. And I hit the back of my legs and my rear end right on the water, from 25 feet up, which hurt a lot. It was like a big slap, but it didn't hurt as much as maybe I realized at the moment, because even now, a week later, you guys are seeing this in 2 weeks. Hopefully, they're gone, but I have bruises from the back of my knees all the way up. Bad bruises, like really bad, because it's like apparently it's like hitting concrete. I think hitting concrete would have been worse, but it was not great. So after I jump, and I didn't think it was that bad, but everyone saw it, and apparently it did look that bad. So after I jump, I realized not only is this common, but some people get really hurt. Like if I had gone another way, I could have broken an arm or gotten a concussion or broken a leg. Like I didn't know any of this. I'm not a daredevil. I just was doing something that I thought I had done before. Circle back to the Mexico one. The Mexico thing that I jumped off of was 16 feet. So it's only 9 feet of difference. But if you think about it, like even jumping off like a 1-story house, like you could hurt your ankle, right? So it does matter, and it adds a little bit more speed. So it was not on my bucket list. It's been checked off, but it was not on the list. Had I done the research before, I think I would have just maybe cheered on the guys. Fully transparent, I might not have been as supportive of my husband jumping in. But I did it. It's done. Yay. Okay. So the other thing is make sure you work hard and play hard. I say this a lot. Ron James, who is my coach years ago, work hard, play harder. That was his mantra. And I very much believe that. Right before we left, I had been so just stressed out from work. I was doing all of this stuff for the candidacy with CREA, which involved like 5 days in Ottawa. And I had nothing left. And then going on this trip for wellness was fantastic. It was just, if someone said, hey, in the middle of the busy spring market, can you take a vacation? I'd say absolutely not. But we didn't really have the timing of this one. We weren't booking it ourselves because it was part of a wellness trip as a group. So in retrospect, this was a fantastic little break. I had to do a bit more work in the trip that I would normally do, but I came back feeling really refreshed, and that's important. With some bruises, but still refreshed. And then I think the collaboration part is important. So while I was away, one of my colleagues, Serena, was able to lead my group. So I run a group. It's our old Rise group, which we've moved over to Lead Tribes. And Lead Tribes London, the Rise chapter, is doing really, really well. In my experience of leading groups, sometimes it's hard to get someone who is eager to take charge and to be in charge of it, and then they're able to do it kind of the way, because this is a very structured meeting. And Serena knocked it out of the park, and they had a great meeting, and it felt so good to know that I could kind of step away and everything was okay, right? Like that's a beautiful feeling as a leader, and it's something that we're all looking for. Because at the same time, my assistant was also away on a no Wi-Fi cruise, and our second assistant found a full-time job, so she's not with us now. So it was kind of the perfect storm. So thankfully, I have my colleague Mandy who helped me out during that time. Otherwise, I couldn't have gone. So yeah, it was pretty cool. The other thing with collaboration that's important is when we're looking at our networks, right? It's not just, can you give me business? Can I give you business? Sometimes it's, can we help each other? Like I had a call from a colleague today, and we actually masterminded a problem with a client that she was having. And the thing is, we're always learning. We're always helping each other. And if we can continue to be there for each other and help, like the referrals will come, right? Like, especially if you are respected and you are really like, you're passionate about what you do, you'll get the business. If you guys do have a chance, I'm also the host of the LEA Remember a Member podcast. So literally LEA, the letters, Remember a Member. So that is a podcast for the LEA, which is the London Executives Association here in London. And I'm hosting their podcast, which is a nice feature of all their members. They have amazing members and such fascinating stories. So that's one of the things I absolutely love doing. It's learning from other professionals. And that's part of the collaboration. We are never too busy to learn from each other. One of the things that's important too is also just to let people, sometimes as an entrepreneur, as a solopreneur, we feel like we have to hold it all together. And if you don't allow the people in your circle to be themselves and you don't allow the freedom, like you kind of hold too tight, you'll find that there's no one left, right? Like you can't lead with an iron fist because nobody wants that kind of leader. And so being able to learn the right way to lead and the way, not only the way we like to be led, but the way we can lead others, right? So it is just, yeah, all smiles and rainbows right now. This is the glow of coming back from vacation, but even with the bruises. But really, like, just to recap, just do it, but research first. Work hard, play harder, and collaboration. And just as a side note, let yourself ease back in. So I used to be really concerned about the fact that after a vacation, I couldn't like Monday morning just like turn it on 100%. That's okay. So now when I come back from vacation, I end up doing like an ease in. And for me, the ease in gets more work done overall because what's the point of a relaxing vacation if you come back and you just slam all the stress back in, right? It's not a thing. But yes, so thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate everyone who listens. And thank you to some of my network who came out to see my improv show. We had an improv show on April 29th at Shut the Front Door for our masterclass graduation show. It was really fun. And thanks to Brandy and Serena for coming out, and to my husband and kids and my dad and my sister and my in-laws. It was just, yeah, it was a beautiful experience. And I'm so, so grateful for this community. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.